concepts including objects, functions, variable declarations, modules, and variables, objects, and some functions and arrays. I will provide simple explanation and examples to help you understand these topics better. Let's get started. Let's discuss about variables first. Variables are like a containers that are helpful to you to store the values of something in order to perform some operations. Variables store data and are declared using var, let, or constants. We'll discuss var, let, and constant later. First, we'll see about them individually. Var is a function scoped and outdated, while let and constant are block scoped, which means let and constants are can be used within the block of the code. Like if you use let or const inside a while loop or if your condition, then it will be used only in that blocks. Okay, but whereas var function can be used in overall the code. Okay, next we use const for constants and let for reassigning variables. In our daily life we may sometimes have to where we may have to use pi value is constant in all cases, right? So in that cases we use a const variable. Next, arrays. Like we know in many programming languages, arrays are used to store the data in a contiguous manner. Arrays are zero indexed, which means they are started from 0, 1, 2 and so on. Common operations include adding, removing, accessing elements are the key operations in arrays. Iteration through arrays can be done using loops like for in, etc. And let's talk about functions next. Functions are the reusable blocks of code that perform specific tasks. They are called when a specific task should be performed, and it will come and perform its actions. They can accept parameters and return the values. In the end of the function we use return, or directly we can print the requirement. Types in function declaration and function expression array functions can also act as higher order functions by taking returning other functions. Objects. And next we'll discuss objects. Objects store data as key value pairs. Like if you consider a dictionary, for every word there is a meaning. In that way, for example, if you want to store the values of a student and his marks, then we'll use objects like Harsha got 100 out of 100, Darun got something for something. Like we use objects. Properties can be accessed or modified using dot or bracket notation. We can see that in the further code session. Objects can also contain methods, functions as properties. They can hold nested objects or arrays. We can see it in the next example, no problem. And for now, let's discuss about loops. Loops are used to repeat a block of code again and again and again until we reach our requirement. Types. There are specific types which we generally use in JavaScript. They are for loop, while loop, for off loop, for in loop. And we'll see for loop is used to control repetition, while loop is used to repeats while a condition is true, only while a condition is true. For off, iterates over arrays. Its main use is to iterate over arrays, and for in, iterates over object keys. Next, yeah, we know break and skip. We generally use this in loops, where break is used to exit the loop and skip is used to skip the current iteration and continue the next iterations. And yeah, let's talk about codes. Let's see how to declare variables using let, const and var. Let name equal to John. Here let is used before the variable name and age const change 25. Var is student true. Arrays, if you see, we used a keyword let and numbers, and within the square brackets using a comma we have separated the values. Next, as we see, there are some operations which we can perform on arrays. They are push, shift and all. So if we observe this line, we can say that numbers.push means we are adding an element to the end of the array. So numbers.shift is used to remove the first element in an array. Next, as I have told you, we can use for off loop to traverse the array elements. So here we can see the syntax of for of loop. For let num of numbers console.log num, hence it print the 2, 3 and 4 because we have deleted the first element. Next we'll talk about functions. Here we use function keyword in the begin, and we'll write the name of the function, and if we require we write parameters. So here it is returning hello and the name which is given by the user. So here we can see that this is a rf function, will very helpful, and it's the main important in functions. Here we are writing the name to store the value, and this is the simple declaration for array function. Next, objects. Here we can see that we have used something called variable name is person, and we have used const keyword, and then we have used name and is Alice and age is 30, and which means it is a key value pair, and we have created an method which returns the hi and I am something name. This keyword in functions are mainly used to refer the current object. I'm saying again, it's used to refer the current object, as we have seen this in Java 2. And in the end we have printing the person.greet method. Person.greet method displays the thing which is inside the greet method, like hi, I am Harsha and all. Okay, next, loops. If we observe here, there is something we have created using const keyword, and name is student, and here some names Alice, Bob and Charlie. So here again it's like it's nothing, it's a array. So we use for of loop to traverse the elements of array. So let student of students console.log of student, where student refers to Alice, Bob, Charlie. It print one by one. And next we are seeing count. We have told you before, right? Let's discuss about loops next. So here we are discussing about while loop. So it's quite natural for this syntax: while condition, and what we have to do if the condition reach the its case. So here it prints the values from suppose 0, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, that's it. Here we have given the less than condition, right? So it prints only 0, 1, 2. And next, yes, if you observe here, let's discuss about difference between var, let and constant. Difference: var is a function scoped and can be redeclared. Let block scoped cannot be redeclared, safer to use, and const is block scoped cannot be reassigned. Example: here we have created var, let and constant inside a if statement, and here if we print x, then it will works. If we try to print y and z, they will not give output because it shows error, because let and const or block scoped. And modules in JavaScript are mainly used to perform actions without by using already existing codes. So modules allow us to split code into reusable files for better maintainability. Here we are doing some basic operations like export const add a comma b, then a plus b. Suppose if we give 1 2, then it prints the 3. If we do something 3 1, then it gives 2, and so on. This is the kind of declaring modules in JavaScript. Importing file avb.js, import add subtract from add.js, which means we are taking the add and subtract functions here. Yeah, thank you.